Now I'm going to get up here and forget the picks I made, but I'm pretty sure. Did I pick Washington State? USC, I did.
Yep.
All right. See what I'm doing here? Got the little jersey. I'm repping football.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, let's get her.
Hello, folks. Welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Ordina. This is my mom, Gina.
He is a journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
She is enthusiastic because it is football time in the big town tonight.
Yes.
We got middle school games and high school games. Your little brother, my son, is playing. He's an O lineman playing today, Oxford Knights. Our big Huskies are playing tonight.
Yes.
Kicking off Thursday. And we got a whole bunch of football tonight, even college football tonight.
All of our teams are taking the field this weekend. Like Mom just said, we've got our high school, the team that I coach at, my alma mater. They're playing tonight, Thursday night. My brother Christian's playing today, this afternoon. Then we've got some college games and pro games kicking off tonight. K-State, as I wear the K-State shirt there. Back off of the bye week, playing today, not tonight, this weekend, playing against Baylor. Nebraska's playing tomorrow. And then the Chiefs are playing Monday night. So all of our teams are in action. It's going to be awesome.
Well, and Texas, I would say we got a Big 12 game tonight, too. So you got pros and a decent, good Big 12 matchup tonight.
Exactly.
So we're going to be doing the TV like this. Well, I won't, because I'll be going from your little brother's game to watch you coach.
Yeah,
but when I come home, I'll have the DVR going like this.
Yes, I'll be checking the updates on the phone. But, yeah, the games are taking place all over the place, and it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a great night.
Let's get into these games here. We've got quite a good handful of games we want to mention here. There are some really good things going on in college football right now.
Yes.
We're about a month into the season, not quite halfway, but almost there. And there has just been some really good things happening so far, and I'm really excited.
There have been some surprising upsets, little shakeups.
Yeah.
And I just, I love the tradition and the pageantry of college football.
Yes.
Now, we obviously always list off the top 25 on Tuesdays when the rankings come out, but there were several. There were like 4 or 5 top 25 teams who are on bye weeks this week. Wisconsin, Michigan, TCU. There's some teams that aren't playing. West Virginia.
Yep.
But what we do go through is try to pick some top 25 matchups and then pick some other games that you just want to highlight.
Yeah.
So then we go through the first week. We only picked 4 games. Adam was 0-4. I was 2-2. Last week we picked 10 games. Adam was 8-2. I was 7-3.
Right.
So we got some 10 games we want to pick. Some of them are ranked teams and some of them aren't. And let's see how we go.
Well, and the Big Ten right now is looking good. Wisconsin is playing Northwestern.
Oh, I always do that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think you meant to say, West Virginia. West Virginia is up, but Wisconsin is playing they're playing a tough Northwestern team.
Darn it,
That's going to be a good game.
I meant to say
that. But the Big Ten is looking, besides Ohio State and Michigan, who have looked very shaky this year, Penn State has really looked good, and Iowa played Penn State very well. The Big 12 has got some good teams right now playing good football. Clemson is holding up the ACC, looking really good with Miami, and then a surpriser with Duke, and we'll talk about that as well. The SEC, obviously, Alabama is roll tide, but there's some middle-of-the-road teams.
But to me, that's the only obvious thing in the SEC is Alabama. LSU has fallen off. I do not believe in Auburn, which we will talk about.
Right.
Ole Miss Tennessee fell off.
I just don't believe in that. Besides Alabama, everybody else is kind of middle of the pack there, and so you have good matchups within the conference.
The SEC choking.
And then the Pac-12, USC is still holding on by the hair of their chin.
And
UW is still kind of rising their level.
I feel bad for UW because I think because they play on the West Coast, they play later games. People don't watch them as much.
Exactly.
That is not a sleeper team. That's a very good team.
Very, very good team. They were really good last year. Jake Browning at quarterback was in the Heisman conversation. They're still going to be really good again this year. They've got a lot of returning guys. And Coach Peterson up there is a great guy. Chris Peterson, great guy. I wish he would be coaching at Nebraska. But anyway, let's move on to some of these games. And
let's get our picks. There we go. Let's start with the ranked teams. Okay. So we've got number 1 Alabama versus Ole Miss. It means Ole Miss has to come to Tuscaloosa, and I'm just going to call this Alabama big.
Yeah, I call
Ole Miss has got nothing for you. Now, Ole Miss is going to fight, and I think they'll put up a fight in the first quarter. But I
will be surprised if this one's close like that. Alabama should roll tide over them. All right, you got Clemson and Va-Tech. Number 2 Clemson, number 12 Va-Tech. It's going to be a huge game. This is a rematch of the ACC championship game. A lot of players are still kind of hanging around. What are your thoughts on this one?
My thoughts on this is that Clemson is going to whoop the tail off of Tech, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
Clemson, to me, is the #1 team in the country. Clemson, we talked, if you watch Adam's other shows, we were doing some NFL talk, we talked about Deshaun Watson. But why Deshaun Watson, who's such a good person, chose Clemson is because Dabo Swinney, when he brings recruits in after they've done their visit, 5-star, blue chip, whatever, he pulls their host guys together and says, will this person fit our team, our culture, our character? Is this a good guy? I don't just want a blue chip spoiled guy who's going to come in here and be raping people and doing the Baylor thing.
Right.
I want good people.
Yes.
And when you start from that premise, you're going to have good team.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, Dabo played at Alabama. He understands that culture. He coached under Nick Saban. I think Clemson is going to win big. I think they're going to be undefeated. And I believe they're going to be your national champions again. That's my thoughts.
Well, that's a lot to be said for Clemson. I don't know about all of that for Clemson. I just think this is going to be a good game tonight. I do pick Clemson, and Vodtek's going to give them all they can handle.
All right. USC is #5, and they're taking on ranked team Washington State with the pirate himself up there.
Yes.
So USC at Washington State.
USC should probably take this one, although Washington State's got Nick Folk up there at quarterback. It's going to be tough. But I think USC will still probably pull it out.
We are split on this one. I'm going with Washington State for the upset.
All right. Hey, that'll be a good game. All right, Georgia versus Tennessee. What are your thoughts there?
Tennessee is in deep trouble.
Okay.
They were overrated at the beginning of the season. Georgia is running well. They're getting themselves together under their new coach. I think Georgia is #7 for a reason. Tennessee got whooped for a reason. It's going to be Georgia, and I think Georgia big. Even though they're at Tennessee, which is a hard place to win, but I'm going Georgia.
I kind of feel the same about both of these teams. I think they're one win away from kind of being the exact same team. I think Georgia is a better team. I think they're in a better situation as far as their culture right now. I think Tennessee is still trying to figure it out. So I'm going to still go with Georgia on this one, although I still think both teams are very evenly matched. So
okay.
There we go. Auburn and Mississippi State. Auburn, to me, I think right now is just as good as Mississippi State. Again, just like Georgia, Tennessee, they're about the exact same team. There's not one team really that much better than the other. Mississippi State did take down LSU, so that's a good win on their behalf. But I think Auburn is probably still going to win this
Yeah,
game.
and we're split on this one, too. I'm going to go with Mississippi State, but I do think you're right. They're close enough, and they're mediocre in the middle of the SEC.
Yeah.
Miami at Duke, and this one pulled up on there. You know, Miami is ranked #14 Miami, but they are at Duke, and Duke's been beating some people.
They have been beating people.
And I think they might surprise. Now, the U, I feel like, is back, so I'm going to pick Miami, but this is going to be a good game.
It is going to be a good game. Mark Richt is a good coach. He knows how to coach in these types of games. Duke is beating people, and they do look pretty good for the most part this year. But I just think Miami still has a couple more athletes than Duke does, and so therefore I think Miami will take this one. All right, we got Oklahoma State, Texas Tech.
#15 Oklahoma State.
What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. It's a toss-up for me. I am going to go Oklahoma State because they did lose last week, and I don't see them losing 2 weeks in a row. That is a high-power, high-flying offense.
Yeah.
But I think Texas Tech's going to give them we're going to know you've been in a fight.
Well, I think you can guarantee there's going to be a lot of yards in this game. I think this is a great Big 12 matchup. Both teams are high-powered and have good quarterbacks, great offenses. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. But I think playing in Lubbock is going to be tough on Okie State, and so I'm going to go with the Red Raiders on this one.
I'm close to going there. Now, we got some of the unranked teams that we felt like were worth the mention. Obviously, we've talked about this a lot. We're Huskers. Here, obviously, we're K-Staters, but
K-State, we're Huskers.
we got tradition at Nebraska, and it's Nebraska at Illinois. Woo! Gotcha game.
It is 100%.
Gotcha game.
Yep, 100%.
I'm just going to pick the Huskers because I have to, but man, I'm going to be sitting here clenched up.
I think the Huskers roster, top to bottom, is much better than Illinois. Not to say that Illinois does not have good athletes. Kind of a Chicago
Bubby
pipeline.
Smith got something for you.
In Illinois, obviously, Champaign is kind of an interesting place to play. Lovie Smith, as you just mentioned, is a great coach. But I just on pride alone, I think that Nebraska is going to pull this one out.
They have to have it.
But I definitely believe that this is a gotcha game. Don't be surprised if Illinois wins this game.
And then the Thursday night game this week is Texas at Iowa State.
Iowa State in Ames, yes. Texas versus Iowa State. Iowa State is known for being the Giant Killers at home on their home turf. Iowa State fans are crazy, loud. They tailgate just like they do at pro games. They took down Okie State a couple years ago on a Thursday night as they were the #1 team coming in when they had Brandon Whedon. Iowa State played Iowa very closely. I think they're going to get this game because Texas does not look very good right now.
Well, I think the issue for Texas is consistency. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. I am still just going to pick the Longhorns because I think top to bottom, they're loaded with athletes. If they can just pull it together, and it's a Thursday night, so let's see. And then you got the last one.
Yep, K-State Baylor. This is going to be a great game. It's in Manhattan. Baylor is 0-4. K-State is 2-1 right now. They had a tough loss against Vanderbilt. Baylor had a tough loss last week as well.
Played hard last week.
Both teams are going to be playing hard. Matt Ruley for Baylor is a really good coach. He's trying to change that culture around. But with the time off that K-State had last week and having that Vanderbilt game stay stuck in their mind, I don't see K-State losing this game.
You know your coach.
I know. Yes.
That K-State Wildcat team is not about to lose after what happened at Vanderbilt.
No, they're not.
Bill Snyder told him to quit reading your press clippings. Get out here. You're going to run your legs off and hit harder than you ever hit in your life. You are not losing at home. K-State.
K-State all the way. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a great weekend for college football.
It's going to be a great
I'm really
weekend.
happy that we get another week to watch games and enjoy our time.
We are so blessed.
We want to say we appreciate your time, folks. Continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Type in my name, Adam Borduna, and like our Facebook page. Type in OTD, and we want to say we'll be watching, and we'll see you again, folks. All right.